When I'm considering buying custom knives, one of the things I look for is the compatibility of the materials. For instance, Damascus by most people is considered a premium blade steel because of the difficulty and cost of the material. So what I like to see, as in the case of this Dave Broadwell 40th anniversary Sub-Hilt Fighter, is Dave chose to use Mammoth Ivory for the handle, which ivory is considered a premium material, so therefore they're compatible. Premium material, premium material. Dave also chose to carve this, which made it even more premium, if there is such a thing that you can do to ivory. The other thing is that the brown that you're seeing here is basically from this piece of ivory laying in the ground for tens of thousands of years, and the organic material that it was laying in leached into the ivory, giving it that color. This is a fighter from Steve Randall, ABS Mastersmith. Steve chose to use feather pattern Damascus, which is definitely a premium grade material, and he complemented that with a piece of fossil walrus ivory. The term fossil with regards to fossil walrus ivory is a misnomer. It's actually mineralized, which means it's between 15 and 25,000 years old. And what makers look for generally is they look for the tip of the tusk and a female tusk if possible. How you can tell is male tusks are bigger than female tusks. Also, female tusks generally have a smaller core, so it makes it easier to work and secure the tang inside of it. What you're looking at here is you're seeing different colors on it. The blues are generally phosphorus that leached into the ivory. When you see greens, that's from copper, and you'll occasionally see a pink hue or tone to it. That will be because it was laying in the ground next to gold. I've only seen one like that. It's pretty hard to come by. Next up is the Redoubt BOWIE from ABS Mastersmith Russ Andrews. Russ is again using a premium blade steel, which is the ladder pattern Damascus, and Russ chose to use Sandbar Stag. Sandbar Stag is, you'll see it on a lot of different knives. It's one of the choices, not just for premium blade steel, but people will use it for hunters. They'll use it for slip joint folders. It's a very sought after material because of the ridges and grooves on the antler itself that provides an excellent gripping handle when you're using it. One of the unique things that Russ does that other makers don't is Russ actually goes in, and as you can see, he file works the butt cap to match up with the grooves of the handle material. Fairly time consuming, added cost, but it's well worth it. As you can see, it really makes this knife pop. Lastly, this is a knife from ABS Journeyman Smith, Brian Sellers. Generally, I'm not a fan of woods when you're talking about putting it with a premium steel, but in this case, what Brian found was a super unique piece of desert ironwood. The organic two-tone look to it, you very seldom see that in nature like that, so it is an appropriate choice for this particular knife. One, the price that it's going to add to the knife, and if you're buying a $2,000, $3,000 knife, as some of these are, generally you don't want to put spalted maple handle. Not picking on spalted maple, but it's a $20 piece of material. That's not what you want on your $3,000 knife. Another thing to consider is that should you choose to sell or trade your knife in the future, you want to have a knife that the materials are commensurate with the price tag that you paid for the knife and or are now trying to get for that particular knife. So when you're out looking, again, your knife, your choice, but try to keep the handle materials in mind when you're looking at the compatibility of the materials on the knife.